Hello everybody, I hope you've been well. Welcome to today's episode with me, Teacher Purity. So today's episode will be basically about transition from home to school. And this is like a journey you have to walk with your child slowly because they are still children, remember. So from childhood, a child faces a lot of changes, especially at home. And now in school, at home these changes are not well noticed and some are so small that they don't affect the child. But beginning of preschool for your child is a life-changing thing. It will come with a lot of anxiety from you as a parent, from the child. And it's okay to be nervous, it's okay to be anxious. Of course, it will be the first time your child is out of sight from morning to evening. So, but with a parent who is well educated, and when I'm saying educated, I don't want to talk about the level of your education as a parent. I want to talk about the knowledge that you have about transition. It will be the best experience, and you'll be a witness. You'll have these memories even as you grow old. So I'm going to share a few tips on how to do this, and today I'm going to share only 5 because transition is a wide thing. So there will be transition episode 2. Number 1, what you're supposed to do before your child gets to school, or this time that you're preparing your child. You'll go to school next year. These are some of the things that you should start doing now. 1 is give your child opportunity to play with other children. Give your child opportunity to play with other children and even to interact with adults. Why am I saying this? Because remember, in the school environment that they are going to get teachers. Teachers are adults. Then they are going to get other classmates. A class of 20, 30, they are going to get other children. So it's high time when your child is in the house and their neighbors' kids are playing outside, allow them to go and play. Yes, they will be fine, trust you me. Sometimes when you go to visit your relatives and they insist they want to be left for a night, let them sleep. Yes, tell them bye and they'll tell you bye very comfortably and they will sleep. What you are doing is you are teaching them that they can be served supper in a different home. They sleep, they wake up, they take breakfast without seeing mommy, and things are going on well. So you are trying to tell them or to put in their mind that mommy can be absent and things will run on smoothly. Number 2 is talk well about your school memories, or have good remarks about your school memories. We all went to school, and if you didn't go to school, it's okay. I know you have created the images of what school would have been. So what you do to these children is you make remarks that you associate with you being in school. Sometimes tell them, you see my friends, unaona ile rafiki yangu, anajua jina yake, tulipatana na yeye shule. Sometimes when you fold your handkerchief neatly, tell them, now folding this handkerchief, nilijulia kufold wapi shule. Ni smart, nilifunzwa na teacher shule. Sometimes mommy make your hair so, and they tell you, mommy, you look smart. I had that thing. Wambie, nilijulia kutengeneza nywele smart wapi shule. Sometimes a dad, you have buttoned your shirt so neatly. And as you sometimes make remarks in front of them, washike hiyo jina that, daddy looks smart because he went to school. Sometimes take a book, draw a big ball, color it with very beautiful colors and show them. And you tell them, teacher wangu alinifunza kufanya hii. And this one will create memories in them, or it will create, they will be anxious. Kumbe shule mtu anajua kufanya vitu smart hivi. So they will be eager to go to school. Number 3, give your child independence. Give your child independence. What I mean is, let your child play and explore around the house. Sometimes they'll take colors, they'll take pencils, they take your pens from the handbag. It's okay. They want to know, why does this pen look like this? Then why does it write? Let them scribble. And when they scribble on your diary, it means they want you to get for them a scrapbook. So go to the shop, buy for them a big book. That one they can scribble, they can draw, it's their book. So what you do, don't shout at them. Just sometimes be cautious, because they can paint even your favorite adverts for the ladies. Number 3, read books with your children. And when I'm saying books, I don't mean novels. Novels can be boring. That's why sometimes you sleep when you are reading them. So in the market currently, we have a variety of storybooks, some with very beautiful pictures. You'd even, sometimes I find myself reading a storybook from a child's closet. So when you buy these storybooks, make sure that the content is not that large, and the pictures themselves, they are appealing, zinawaitaita wasome. So what you do, and I think it should work for you, because that is what I do and it really works, you take a storybook, you call the child, munaketi. Mukiketi, you open the first page. Those storybooks are very like 2-3 words. I am a girl. So you read the first time. The second time you tell them, now I will read as you repeat. I atasema I am, atasema vizuri girl. Akimaliza, you appreciate them, give them thumbs up, chum them, tell them well done. Hata kama they have not pronounced the words correctly, appreciate them, show them that you are doing the right thing. Because I tell you, this retro appreciation to our children, they really do great things in their life and in their confidence. So the next time, if you do the first day with them reading the storybook in that manner, you read, they repeat, you discuss the picture, what you do is, next time you buy a storybook, even before you reading, they will come and pick and look at the storybook, so that when you are going to read, even before you turn to the next page, they can tell you, msichana anaendesha bike. They already have the content in them. Number 4 is encourage your children to be independent. Encourage them to be independent. I've talked about give your child independence, but now I want you to encourage them to be independent. What do I mean? We are used to doing everything for them. Yes, it's okay. You serve them food, you even feed them, you carry the plate back to the sink, they're just seated. This time, you should be learning that in a few months, they are going to be away from you. And they'll be expected to do some things on their own. So what you do, like serving food, cook the food in the kitchen, but this time, don't bring the food to them. So you serve the food and call them, come for food, and they will come. And they will look at you like this. Then tell them, here is your food. And they struggle the first day to carry the food so that it cannot pour, but it will be day 1, day 2, day 3. They are good. You are teaching them that they have to be careful in everything that they are doing. They have to be careful in everything that they are doing. Okay, you are teaching them that they should be careful in whatever they are doing. And within a week or 2, they will have build it in their mind that mommy serves food, the next thing I'm supposed to do is clear the table after eating, and they will even help you at home. Sometimes when you have washed them, umewaosha, don't dress them, leave the clothes there and look at them. Let them struggle to put on their sweater upside down. Let them struggle to sit and put on their socks. With this, you will also teach them how to do some things. Tell them now, you tried, but this is how we put on the sweater. This is how you put the socks. Sometimes let them undress on their own. Wacha watoe nguo, wacha wang'ang'ane sweta ikatai kutoka kichwa. They are learning, and I'm telling you, within 1 or 2 weeks, they'll be good at it. So that was all about today's. I think I've shared 5 tips. Transition to school is the largest thing that can never be discussed, but I'm going to do it in 2 episodes. I'm only going to share the very important things. So Transition episode 2, I'm going to share, now you have known how to prepare your child to go to school. There is this D-Day. What are you supposed to do before the D-Day? What should you not do? Then after the D-Day, they have gone to school, they have settled. What are you supposed to do? So I'm hoping that at least from the 5 tips, give your child opportunity to play with others, talk about school in a positive way, give your child independence, read books with your child, and finally, encourage your child to be independent. The 5 of them, start working on them. And believe you me, your child they'll be wow. They'll be everybody's favorite. So until next time, keep on smiling, appreciate your child. Of course, they are the best gift that God gives us daily. Bye.